Hey, good evening, guys. It's Tom over at TFC IV MMA. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed my two videos yesterday. I had the interview with Smiling Sam Alvey. It went great. It was a great time catching up with him. Also, did my post-fight interview for UFC Orlando, my post-fight breakdown. I had a good time with that one as well. But tonight, I come to you with some news I'm not happy to report about. Some news that I knew was coming a couple years ago, but doesn't make it any easier. You know, I got into MMA in about 2008, as I've stated multiple times, and it hit me a couple years ago. I think when Conor McGregor retired in 2020, obviously we know he came back, but it kind of hit me then that, man, a lot of these guys I grew up watching, a lot of my favorite guys, can't do this forever, aren't gonna do this forever. And tonight, man, my favorite fighter of all time. I've told you guys, I'm a huge Dillashaw fan. He's been my favorite for going on 10 years now. That first Barao fight's still my favorite fight of all time. I had the pleasure of meeting TJ back in April at UFC 273, and I was starstruck the whole time. And he was awesome, very cool guy, talked with me for a bit, liked some of my stuff on Twitter, retweeted me a couple times. And it's little things like that from a guy that you looked up to for years that really make a difference. And that's, TJ gets a lot of hate in the media for the EPO, but he did it for his health when he tried to make that 125 cut. And I think people really went at him a lot harder than we have several other people who have popped as well. But even with that, TJ always was good with the fans. He always took time to, like I said, like my tweets, respond to my tweets, stuff like that really meant a lot to me, especially being a guy that watched him for all those years and a guy that was filled with joy the first time he beat Barao. Then to do it again was filled with a lot of sadness when I thought he got the wrong end of the stick on the Dominic Cruz decision, a fight I thought he won. But then to come back from that, put on great performances against Lineker, go back, get his title back from Cody Garbrandt, do it twice, knock him out twice in dominant fashion. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying the guy's my favorite, but I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. And he deserves a lot more credit than he gets. I mean, the guy's the greatest 135-pounder of all time. It is very close with Dominic Cruz, but TJ's got the better resume in my opinion. And you put them up against each other again, I think TJ takes it again. That was the fight I really wanted for his send-off fight. But as we heard today, he got news from the doctors that shoulder injury is going to be very tough to come back from. And he called it a career. Like I said, goes down as one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. But that doesn't make this video any easier. This is one I was hoping I wouldn't have to do for another year or two. This is one I was hoping I'd be doing after a dominant TJ Dillashaw victory to send him off in the sunset, not one where his body unfortunately gave out on him and he couldn't give the performance he wanted to and that we wanted to see as the fans. But I know he's probably not going to see this, but TJ, thank you so much for all the memories over the years, man. You were one of my favorites for a reason. You always were game. You always put on a good fight. When it came to the EPO, you manned up. You took your suspension. You admitted to it. You didn't make up any BS excuses. You took it on the chin like a man. You came back. You beat the #1 contender. You got the title shot. Obviously, we saw what happened with the shoulder, man. I wish you a speedy recovery, and I wish you a happy retirement, man. Thank you.